Hi everyone! So today I'm going to be reading Tangled, which is a Disney princess book about Rapunzel. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there grew a magical flower with healing powers. Only the evil Mother Gothel knew the location of the flower. She wished to stay young forever and tried to keep the flower for herself. One day, the queen fell ill. The townspeople searched for the flower. When they found it, they ground it into a potion and gave it to the queen. The queen soon recovered and gave birth to a baby girl named Rapunzel. The princess was special. The magic of the flower lived in her golden hair. One night, Mother Gothel kidnapped the girl. Mother Gothel raised Rapunzel in a soaring tower hidden deep in a valley. Rapunzel never left her tower. Mother Gothel had told her that the world outside was too dangerous. But Rapunzel was curious about the outside world. Every year on her birthday, she watched as floating lights rose into the sky. "I have to know what they are," she told Mother Gothel. Meanwhile, in another part of the kingdom, a thief named Flint Rider raced through the forest. He and the Stabbington brothers had stolen the lost princess's crown. A group of royal guards was chasing them. Flynn hid in a cave. When he came out the other side, he saw a high tower standing all alone in a valley. Flynn climbed the tower. It was the perfect place to hide. But the tower was not empty. As he reached the top, Rapunzel knocked him out with the frying pan. Rapunzel had never seen anyone but Mother Gothel. She thought Flynn wanted to steal her hair. Rapunzel grew proud of her bravery in stopping him. She knew now she was ready to see the outside world. When Flynn awoke, he found himself tied to a chair. Rapunzel pointed to a painting of the floating lights. "Tomorrow they will light the night sky," she told Flynn. "You will act as my guide, take me to the castle, and return me home safely. Then, and only then, will I return your satchel to you." Rapunzel had the crown. Flynn knew he had no choice but to do as she said. On the way to the castle, Flynn and Rapunzel stopped at a pub called the Snuggly Duckling. Flynn hoped the men at the pub would scare Rapunzel into going home. But the men were friendly. They told Rapunzel to follow her dream. They even helped her and Flynn escape the royal guard. Rapunzel and Flynn were not safe for long. The guard found them and chased them over a cliff. As they escaped, Flynn hurt his hand. When they were safe, Rapunzel told Flynn her secret. She had magic hair that glowed when she sang. Then she used her hair to heal Flynn's hand. The next morning, Rapunzel woke to find Flynn being dragged away by a palace horse. The horse's name was Maximus. He wanted to take Flynn to jail. Rapunzel told Maximus that it was her birthday. She asked him to let Flynn take her to see the floating lights. Maximus agreed. Rapunzel's wish was about to come true. At last, Flynn and Rapunzel reached the palace. Rapunzel had never seen anything so wonderful. The kingdom was celebrating the birthday of the lost princess. Rapunzel ate and danced. The little girls in the square even braided her hair. Just then, Rapunzel noticed an image on the wall. It was the king and queen. They were holding a baby girl with big green eyes, just like Rapunzel's. Later, Flynn brought Rapunzel to a rowboat to see the lights. As lanterns filled the sky, Rapunzel's heart soared. It was everything she had dreamed it would be. Rapunzel held Flynn's hand and looked into her eyes. She had grown to trust him. Reaching behind her, Rapunzel gave Flynn the crown. The two were falling in love. Flynn knew he had to return the crown to the palace, but when he stepped off the boat, the Stabbington brothers were waiting. They had learned of Rapunzel's magic hair and wanted her for themselves. The Stabbington brothers tied Flynn to a boat and sent him to the palace, where he was sure to be arrested. Rapunzel saw the boat and thought Flynn had betrayed her. Heartbroken, Rapunzel returned home. As she looked around her room, she saw the kingdom sign, a golden sun, everywhere. She had been painting it her entire life. Rapunzel thought about the lanterns that were released every year on her birthday. She thought about the missing princess's big green eyes. Suddenly, Rapunzel realized she was the princess. Rapunzel turned on Mother Gothel. She realized now that the woman was only using her for her hair. "You were wrong about the world, Mother," she cried. "And you were wrong about me. You'll never use my hair again." But Mother Gothel was not about to let Rapunzel go. She tied her to a chair so that she could not get away. Meanwhile, Flynn had escaped from the palace guards. He raced back to Rapunzel's tower. As he reached the top, Mother Gothel attacked him. She would not let him take Rapunzel from her. Flynn was badly hurt. Rapunzel knew she could heal him. She promised to stay with Mother Gothel forever if she would let her save Flynn's life. Rapunzel leaned over Flynn. "Don't do this," he begged her. Flynn would rather die than let Rapunzel be Mother Gothel's prisoner. Flynn touched Rapunzel's cheek and smiled. Then, picking up a shard of broken glass, he cut off her hair. It instantly turned brown and lost all its healing power. "What have you done?" cried Mother Gothel. Without Rapunzel's magic to keep her young, Mother Gothel withered and turned to dust. "You were my new dream," Flynn whispered to Rapunzel as he closed his eyes and was gone. Rapunzel cradled Flynn in her arms. As she began to cry, a single tear fell on Flynn's cheek. The tear began to glow, healing Flynn's wound. Flynn's eyes opened. He was okay. Flynn and Maximus brought Rapunzel back to the castle. The king and queen rushed to embrace her, overcome with joy that their daughter had finally been returned to them. Rapunzel felt her parents' love surround her as they all held tightly to one another, a family once more. As Rapunzel greeted her subjects, Flynn stood by her side. He would never leave her again. Flynn's and Rapunzel's dreams had all come true. The princess knew they would live happily ever after. And that's the end of that one. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this one. It's one of my favorite Disney books, or Disney movies, and I hope that you all enjoy it and have a great day. Bye, thanks for watching.